Good evening and welcome to the 10th hour in our day-long 12-hour of giving Facebook event that we're having on the Farmville Area Habitat for Humanity Facebook page. We are now very much into the evening, 10 hours strong going into it. It's been a very exciting day so far as we've been all over the community chatting with Habitat homeowners, volunteers, board members, staff, spent some time at the Restore. Had some really great conversations today, and I personally have been encouraged and just have been blessed by everything I've heard today. I hope you can say the same also. We are a little bit late starting this hour's video because I had a little bit of a drive. So we've been all over the place today, and we started out this morning in Charlotte Courthouse with our Charlotte County Habitat for Humanity partnership. Then we spent most of the day in Prince Edward County at different places, and now we're in Buckingham. We are in Dillwyn, coming to you live from Dillwyn, and I'm sitting here and joined and just very happy to be here with Marietta Ross and her grandson Vince, Habitat homeowners right here in Dillwyn for quite a while now, since you built your house with Habitat. We're going to be chatting with them in just a minute here. But before we get started on that, I just want to remind everybody that this is part of our Giving Tuesday special event that we're having today. As you watch these videos, whether you watch them live now or you watch them later in the replays, make sure that you like and comment and share. Let your other friends and family, people you know on Facebook, let everybody know that this is the place to be for Giving Tuesday with the Farmville Area Habitat for Humanity as we celebrate what's happening in all of the counties we serve in Prince Edward, in Buckingham, in Cumberland, and Charlotte, as we seek to serve those in need of safe, decent, affordable housing. And as you're being encouraged by these stories today, we would just ask that you would consider volunteering or donating to the local habitat. And we'll talk some more about that towards the end of the video. But I want to get started now. Thank you very much, both of you, for being with us tonight. And so I'll just let, as I told you all earlier, we'll just kind of whoever feels like answering, or just kind of share a little bit. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you got involved in the Habitat program. You know, what was the need? What got you to seek out Habitat, and how did that start? How did that all start?
Well, the house that I was living in didn't have no water and bathroom.
Okay.
And my cousin told me, he said, y'all need a house with a bathroom and running water. I said, I don't know how to do it. And she said, just go and ask somebody and show you how to do it. And so my cousin, Paul Gell, she went on Charlottesville, so I'm building a house, Habitat house. So she went over there and got her house from Charlottesville, built her house. Okay. And so she read my name. They give one the bill, and she would talk to him and talk. And so all of a sudden, he sent the paper to me. And what happened then, my other cousin, Patty Patterson, she said, I get me a house. I said, how you getting? She said, from Habitat to Farmville. I said, I get one in South. She said, no. She said, what you do? I said, I already put my paper out. She said, what you do? Take it over to Jane, let Jane look at it first, and then get your other cousin, Frankie Braxton, Gail Braxton. Jane told me to do it over again.
Okay. So as we hear, there's always one of the things we look at when we are partnering with potential partner families is that there is a need, and definitely was a need there, a need for plumbing and a need for a bathroom. And so definitely something that qualified for a need that needed to be met. As we said, we're always trying to serve those in need of safe, decent, affordable housing. So what was it like when you found out that you had been selected, that you'd been chosen to be a partner family to build your new home?
I didn't know what to do. I just did my boss lady. Then I got my boss lady. Then she said, you gonna get a house? I said, yeah. Then all of a sudden, she said, I said, where was the name from? She said, don't worry about that. She said, I can take care of that. So she know this lady that her aunt used to go to school with used to teach Dr. John Morgan. And so when she went on to Buckingham and saw it with that DJ on Saturday Heisman, so she went and talked with them. And she asked her who wanted the name. She said, Marietta Ross, that she used to keep them on. And so all of a sudden, she went up and got the lawyer.
Mm.
Everything was, then she tell me, then I said, I ain't got no name. And then all of a sudden she said, you got a name.
Well, I'm sure that was a joyful thing to hear,
Yeah,
that
she
the
said-
land situation had been provided for and taken care of.
Yes.
That is something.
Mhm.
So what was it like during the process of building the home and just being a part of that and all the volunteers and people that came out from the community to help with that?
Oh Lord, it was nice. Folk from Richmond came, and Farmville, Longwood College, they came and helped.
I bet you felt especially cared for
Yeah.
during that time.
Yes, that's it.
Did you make some relationships and friendships during that time that
Yes.
have gone on till this day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was I had a chance to I think it was the first time I met you just a few weeks ago here.
Yeah.
We have our annual Golden Hammer awards, our donor and volunteer and homeowner recognition reception that we have every year. Many of you might have seen that right on our Facebook page as we live stream that. And I had the great opportunity to chat with Ms. Ross for a few moments and get to meet here. And it just shows how Habitat is family. Once you become a part of the Habitat family, you stay a part of the Habitat family. And so all these years later, still involved and still caring and still learning and being a part of the group. And so it's been a great journey, huh?
Yes, it's been great.
Okay. Now, Vince, let's talk to you for a second.
All right.
So, how old were you when all this was first getting started?
Honestly, when everything began, I think I was still in like middle school. I think I was like in 7th grade or something like that. Because I remember you guys were still working on the Farmville build for Pam, and I remember just hanging out with Pam's children during the build because I was too young to help with anything. So I remember that, and then once our house started, I think I was just going into the 8th grade. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's really neat to hear that you plus some other Habitat families, kids, hanging out together and spending time together. That's something. So, were you excited when the build was going on? Did you try to sneak in and get involved a little bit?
Yeah. Honestly, when everything began, I remember seeing the foundation, the cement and everything, and like once everything began, once the whole process started, I remember it rained straight for like 3 weeks, I think.
Oh, wow.
So they couldn't really get a good start on everything. And I remember when we came to Dillon, I remember I used to always want to come by and see, is there any progress or And then say once the whole process of building began, I remember I would try, like say when I came by to look at it, I would try to walk through the little foundation and everything, try to figure out which room would be what. So it was just amazing seeing how everything just came.
Right. So what was it like when you finished building your home and it was time to dedicate it and time to move into that brand new house? What was that day like? Can you remember that day still?
It was happy.
Happy day, huh?
Happy day. I was so glad to get that key. I said, in my house now. I said, I ain't got to tote no more wood.
Don't have to tote any more wood.
No more wood.
Worry about water.
Water and wood, yes.
Things we take for granted. And it's such a blessing to just know that those things are there when you turn them on. Vince, do you remember what it was like moving in and getting your room and all that straight?
I remember, I remember the first day, like when we had the dedication, I remember going in and everything, like I said at the Habitat event in Lynchburg, the first thing I did was turn on water, and it was really unique. And then my room is really cool, going into my room and everything. All my buddies saying, hey, this is your room,
Right.
and like as soon as we walked in the house, I planned, okay, I'll put my bed here, my TV here. You know, I already had that in my mind. You know, already programmed where I wanted everything. So, like I can still remember it to this day.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's many years have gone by now since y'all moved into the home. What has it been like? What has it meant over these years to know that you have your own home, that you're a homeowner, and then that you have this place that is yours? How has that affected your life in the years since then?
It took me bit for good. I had to say I got some of my own. I can live with, and I ain't got to be paying nobody else. That I can just have my own.
That's right. All those payments you make are going to something that is yours. That's right,
yes.
not going to somebody else,
Yes. Yes.
which is always a nice thing to do. What about you? What's it meant to you?
It's meant a lot just because just going from where we used to say, you know, no running water, no bathroom, and then saying, just our home in general. Say, you know, I have an apartment in Lynchburg, and still like just coming back here, it's like humble beginnings because it's like where everything began. It's like moving into the Habitat home. It's like it created a whole new beginning. It was like I would hold in with the new, but it's like I had everything I needed to basically, you know, function normally, and like we didn't have to worry about anything, and just being, you know, like just living locally in town because you know my grandmother didn't drive, so just being remotely close to everything, I was able to participate in school sports and stuff like that. So it opened up new doors and opportunities. But still, just coming back to the house, like say this summer, I did some mulching around the house and stuff like that. Just remembering how the mulching used to be, and even like going back through the old pictures we had when the house was finished and everything, how the mulching was,
Right.
How the mulching looked and everything. Like it was really unique seeing, you know, how it's like it's like very surreal. You know,
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's really neat. And so Vince, I'd like for you to share with everybody for a moment kind of these last few years for you,
Okay.
where you've been at school, what it is you're doing, and how you have stayed involved
Alright.
with Habitat.
All right. And I graduated high school in 2013, and the fall of 2013, I went to Liberty University, and I remember I was working for the Academic Affairs Athletics Department within the collegiate athletic level. And I remember Mike Brown, Rashad Jennings. Rashad Jennings is a running back for the Giants, and Mike Brown, he used to play in the NFL. They hosted an event, like a punt, pass, and kick event, and Habitat was involved and everything. And our associate D, Christy Bites, she was telling me about Habitat. I was like, hey, my grandmother's house is a Habitat house. So, there's a lady named Allison Pettit who's involved with the Habitat Club in Lynchburg. And she's also involved with the club, at the university. And I remember, they're talking to me, and they're like, yeah, you're from Buckingham. I was like, yeah, like we've heard of Buckingham. They're like, would you care to share? And I was like, no, I don't mind. So just being involved there. Over the course of the years, I've been involved with the Habitat Club. I've been, volunteering with builds within the greater Lynchburg area, and just, giving back. And it's really, it's like I really understand the difference that it makes, it's volunteering, because it's like I know how it feels, and like just seeing the infrastructure come to play. It's unique because it's like it brings me back to thinking about our house.
Right. Full circle.
Yeah.
And that's amazing to hear that, years later, as Vince said, he knows how important that home has been to him and to his family, and is just as paying it forward, as the old saying goes, staying involved with the Habitat in Lynchburg, staying involved with the Habitat at Liberty University there, and still just playing a very active role in helping others realize their dream of owning a safe, decent, affordable home. So before we go, I just want to encourage everyone once again to please share these videos with all your friends and family on Facebook. Get other people to watch them, to check them out, to consider making a donation. We always are in need of volunteers and donors, because without you, without those of you who embrace the very simple belief that everyone deserves a decent place to live, none of this would be possible. So if you are thinking about volunteering, thinking about donating, just hop on over to our website, farmvillehabitat.org. Both very easy to do there. Read around, get some information, There's a register to volunteer form right there on our website, and also a very easy way to make a donation. As I said, we are in Buckingham County, which is one of our partner groups, the Buckingham Build of the Farmville Area Habitat for Humanity. And if you would like for your donation to stay in Buckingham and to help Buckingham families realize their dreams of home ownership, you can very easily designate that when you make your online gift. There's a link there to click on for Buckingham Build, and everything you give there will stay right here in Buckingham County working with the local habitat here. So I'm going to give you all the last word.
All right.
If somebody's watching this and they're thinking about volunteering,
Okay.
or they're thinking about maybe making a donation,
All right.
what's something that you would like to share with them to maybe encourage them to go ahead and do that?
My biggest thing would be every penny and every hand helps. Even just in Lynchburg, I remember when we dedicated a house on campus. I remember speaking on the podium, on the stage, and then afterwards there was a guy who he's from the farm area, but he volunteered constructing our home, and he was like, yeah, I used to help, in Buckingham, and I helped build your home, and it was very unique. And I'm like, he was a college student, and I'm like, even just nailing one nail, it makes a difference. It's one extra hand, so every little bit helps, and you're helping someone just promote their life, and you're helping them develop better living conditions. So
Well said. Ms. Ross, anything to add before we sign off here this evening? Well, I want to thank both of you very much
Okay.
for taking some time out of your schedules to come up here this evening to the Dillwyn Town Hall and to chat with us for a few minutes and just to hear a great story. Y'all's story is an encouraging story, and it's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
no problem.
And Vince, thank you for
Oh, no
staying as
problem.
involved
Yeah,
as you
no
have
problem.
with
I
Habitat
really enjoy it.
over all these years. Folks, you heard it here, and I'm going to leave us with this. As Vince said a moment ago, every penny, every hand, it all makes a difference. You too can be part of that group that helps make a difference. Volunteer and donate. Well, that brings us to the end of the 10th hour video. So what's going to be next? Well, you're going to have to come back for the 11th hour video. Join us again here in just about 35 minutes at 7 o'clock at the top of the hour, when we'll be coming to you live again. Who will we be chatting with? What will we be talking about? Well, there's only one way to find out. Tune in then. Until then, we'll see you soon.